The demo I'm going to show you is audio span classification. So as you can see, you input an audio file. So you basically label different parts of audio, an audio snippet, and you can upload data from your computer, from S3, from wherever. I'm just going to use a data sample from S3 that we have built in already. And the first thing that you're going to do to set up a project, so you can think of a data program as the machine, and then a project is a specific instance of that machine. And what we have here is the first thing is the instructions. Typically, you want to get real detailed here, and you want to talk about edge cases and examples and things like that. Obviously, for the purposes of this demo, we'll just go do a quick one, so I'm not wasting your time. And in every project, we're able to customize what are the toggles that you're able to play with. So in this data program, the toggles that we decided on are the classes. So what are you labeling? And so we might say that you want to say a question and a response, and you want to label all of those, and then you'll want to detect them automatically and do analysis on what types of questions your customers ask or your prospects ask, or what kind of questions your reps are asking, what sort of responses are they getting, how do you optimize for the conversion rates, how do you optimize for the handling objections, things like that. And here's another toggle that we have, which is whether or not you want to remove PII, personally identifiable information, from the audio data automatically. And so I'll show you our capability there, so I'll just leave this as a yes. This is all you need to do to set up your project. It's 3 questions. You've answered it. And now I, as the project manager, am sending the data to be labeled. So I don't need to do anything else. I just can wait for the data to roll in, and the machine learning will kick in and start training by itself. I'm going to switch over now to our labeling platform. So this is what our labelers use to label your data. And I think it's good to just give you a behind-the-scenes look. There's a lot going on here. I'm going to start labeling in a second. The first thing I want you to notice here is that we have a lot of trainings at the bottom here. Before anyone is allowed to start working on your data, first they have to complete a tutorial on our platform. Then they have to complete a training on the type of task that you're doing. So in this case, we're doing audio classification, so that they would have to do a training on how to label audio data. What are the classes that are the typical classes that are labeled, things like that. And then before they're allowed to actually start labeling your production workload, they have to pass a qualifier that's created on your specific data set. So what we do is we would create ground truth, or you can give us some ground truth, and they have to pass an exam on that data so that there's a minimum quality bar that's guaranteed before they even start working on your project. But let's dig into the data labeling. So the first thing you see is that same audio file we saw before. We see the classes over here, the question and response, and you see that there's numbers here. We use keyboard shortcuts. We have a ton of different tricks to minimize the amount of work you have to do. And you see there's 2 channels here. What we've done is we've automatically broken up into the 2 speakers. So one speaker is on the top, one speaker is on the bottom.
Son, my name is.
Now you'll notice that beeping sound and these gray lines are the redacted information. And you'll notice that as I am playing the audio,
Thank you for calling. Son, my name is.
We're tracking the text that has been transcribed. So this is an automatic transcription. You get this for free with this data program. And what you can see is the redaction happened both in the audio sample and the text. And you can click around on the words, or you can click around on the audio, and they're synced, so you can go around both. And as you can hear, the PII is automatically redacted. But you can have this as is just another class here. So I'm going to do a couple quick labels here. What I'm doing is just pressing my keyboard shortcuts 1 and 2 to be able to press these. And we have a few tools to make this easier. And so, to make this easier. But the point is that there's a couple ways that we make the labeling process easier, which translates directly into making it cheaper for you. Because the easier it is, the faster someone can do it, the less cost you have to incur. But here we're back to our admin dashboard. And so now as the project manager, data scientist, you've received the data, you're going to look through it, make sure that it's correct. And if you're satisfied with it, you're going to go ahead and click the correct button. Now, what I've just done, clicking the correct button here, is created ground truth. So when I mark this as correct, it gets added automatically to my ground truth data. Extremely important because a ground truth is used to guarantee the performance of the labels that you're getting. And so there's multiple ways to create ground truth. One is that whenever a job comes in, you go ahead and review it in the UI like I just showed you. The next way is that we can do the work for you. And the way that we do that is we basically have 3 people label the same data. And if they agree on the outcome, then we consider that as ground truth as well. And so we can dynamically create ground truth for you so that you don't even have to be reviewing data or anything like that, which is a huge amount of time from data scientists and data science managers. We show this all to you. So in our dashboard, you can see how much data has been processed, how much data has been reviewed, how much has been labeled as correct or incorrect, and you can see this over time. A quick note is the way that we build our products in general is that we want to make it as simple as possible to use, but we don't want to limit advanced users. And so what we have both a dashboard that non-technical people can use to upload data and build machine learning models without any technical understanding. And we also have an API to integrate for more advanced customers. So as this is progressing, you just upload data and then you can review it if you want, and we guarantee the quality, cost, and speed.